Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening for our project recipe for the month of February. And we are a week early this week because our dear friend had surgery yesterday and is just not up for teaching the photo class. So hopefully she'll be feeling great next week and ready to share her photo fun tips with us next week. But we're doing project recipe this week to fill in the slot. So I'm Cheryl Bliss, being joined by Colleen Day, and our friend Kari has her screen off, and we wish her well and speedy recovery. We needed some tropical bright colors and fun with all this cold and snow and everything that we've been having. So that's why I chose this one. This is the Tropical Garden. What you're seeing right here is the Tone on Tone paper pack. I'll just want to quickly share that there's some really great leaf patterns and palms and waves and all different kinds of things in the Tone on Tone one, but we're actually going to be working from the designer paper pack tonight, which is Tropical Garden. All kinds of pretty papers as well. And these are the ones that I am going to be doing this evening with the flamingo and then the beautiful palm leaves. Hopefully you can see that. And then this really pretty orchid color background. And I don't have the new orchid purple that they're talking about that they're using, but I have some wild berry shimmer that I'm going to be using for my cardstock. This is the sample that I was working with. So this was the second pairing, and I'll have one of my helpers put the advisor page up and just show you the combos that you can use. So we're going to be working with 2 pages as your base, so 2 designer papers as your base, then 2 designer papers for cutting, and then a cardstock. And the photo sizes are going to be 3.5 by 5.5, and then 5.5 by 3.5. And then we are going to be using a 4-inch circle. So the mat's a little bit bigger than 4 inches, and then the circle that you're going to cut is 4 inches. So that is what we're going to be doing. And if somebody can pull the advisor guide, we'll just quickly show you the color combos. So that's the first one. There is the one I'm going to be doing. And then a little bit lower, it shows sort of those are little palm trees and bamboo. You can hardly see the pattern on that. But this lighter color in the middle is like a bamboo pattern. And then there's some palm trees. And then there's that sort of burst of yellow, like a sunburst. And then the third combo there is the one that I did earlier as my sample. So I pulled in a dark green cardstock for my base there, and for my cardstock. And then the middle one, if you did something like the middle one, you have a lot of different options, but probably maybe pull out the dark green or a beige. And let me see what other colors are in that. If somebody chose that one to work with. Oh yeah, you could go with green, beige, grays. And then if you wanted to pull out the dark green in the palms, I think that would be pretty too. All right, let's get back at it. Thank you. Also beautiful stickers that they had to go with that. All right. Does anyone have any questions about paper selection? So our designer paper number 1, that's going to be the busier paper. So if you're picking your papers, that's the more patterned one will be designer paper number 1. And then designer paper number 2 is going to be mostly this one side over here, and then 3 mats. So that's why we have the tone on tone here. I think they mat the photos a little bit better. All right, so we are ready to get started. Let me pull up my sample here. Anybody have any questions before we get going? Nope. Okay. All right, so we are going to need our 12-inch trimmer. Oh, I didn't say this either. We're going to be using, maybe I did say it, I don't remember now. I was talking before we got on the recording. This is the smallest circle pattern from the custom cutting system. And we're going to be using the blue blade on the outside and then the red blade on the outside as well. And if you're printing the instructions, that is incorrect here that Colleen noted. It said on the inside edge, cross that out. That is the outside edge for a 4-inch photo. All right, so get started with paper number 1. Then we're going to start off by punching. All right, so if you're using the hummingbird punch that just came out, the bird is only flying one direction on that punch. So they have you punch 2 times here and then cut that off and then punch 3 more in the other direction. Okay, so you flip your paper over and you're going to go in this direction. So I'm not using that punch. So I'm just going to be going straight across, but I just wanted to point that out. And when I actually do it, I will show you that, but I'm just going to be punching straight across. So to do it in the instructions, the way they have it, you're going to start on this edge of your paper and then be punching in this direction. Okay, so just pay attention. If you're using the hummingbird, you're going to punch twice. 1, 2. Now, if you have the hummingbird, you're going to take this out and you're going to cut it off and you're going to start at this edge. You actually don't have to flip the paper. You can start at this edge going that way. I'm just going to keep going. And if you're using a regular punch, you're just going to keep going as well. And the good thing about this color gifted paper is on the back, it's green. So it makes sense for my little Monstera punch that I'm using. And there's all kinds of leaves down here where I am now in South Carolina that look like this. So I'm kind of excited about that. And this punch is on sale as well. I think it's $10 right now. And we are February 2026 right now. So if you're watching or the recording, they're having this great sale right now. So anyway, hopefully you can get in on that and get that. So now we have our paper and the top has been cut off. All right. So now we have a 1x10. So let's see if so the bird, when you did the hummingbird, it should come out to 10 inches, but my Monstera leaves are a little smaller. So we're going to get this to be 10 inches now because our next cuts. Okay. So turn your paper sideways and cut off this little piece to get us to our 10 inches. Okay. So we have 10x12. Now we're going to turn it back and we want our birds in this direction. Okay. So we're just going to cut off 1 inch and I'm going to actually do it this way. Normally I cut over here, but the pattern I want going in this direction. So when we put it together, you'll understand why we're cutting in this direction. So line it up and cut your inch here. So see, this is going to be on the outside left of that first page, and then this is going to come next. So this is going to be 4.5. Okay, so we have our 1x10, and now we're doing 4.5x10. And that leaves us 6.5x10 over here. Okay. So when you go to line these up on your papers, especially like with my big flowers, the pattern is going to match up when you set these down. Okay. We'll put that aside for now.
Hang on a second. I got the 1x10. The 4.5, you just keep moving the paper through, or you turn it again?
Nope, you're just going to move it through.
So 4.5x10.
Yep.
And then you hold
and then it
the
just
rest.
Leaves you with this with the 6.5. Okay. You'll have 6.5 left. So it's just really that one, the cut at 1x10 and then the cut at 4.5x10. That one comes out by itself. All right, so we can set this aside. And then now we're going to move on to paper 2. If you have a directional paper here, you're going to want to put it in the cutter this way because this 6-inch piece is going to go right onto our layout just like that. So you will want to cut it. Mine can go either way, so I'm good. So we're just going to cut at 6 inches. So this is going to go on our layout. And then these next ones, we're going to turn the paper and make 3 6x4 mats. All right. So we're going to do the 6 inches now. So we turned it. So now we're going to cut twice at 4. All right. So we're going to cut at 4 once. And we're going to cut at 4 again. So that gives us our 3 6x4 mats. Wait for you guys to catch up. So then we're going to move to the deep orchid cardstock. Let me know if you are ready, because I will wait. Because this one is a little trickier because we're going to cut some of it and then we're going to punch in the middle. Show you that. We're going to cut 2 little tiny 1/2-inch strips to start. Then we're going to cut 2 4x6 mats, and then we're going to punch. And then we're going to cut another 4x6 mats. So there's a lot on this little piece of cardstock here. All right. Tell me, are we ready to go?
Yep.
Let's do it this way. If we're not ready to go, tell me to stop. If I don't hear anything, I'll go. Okay. We'll keep continuing. Okay. So we're going to cut a little 1/2 inch, 2 1/2-inch strips off of this.
It's a quarter.
Okay? So sorry. Quarter. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Oops.
I'm putting it on the quarter and saying 1/2. I'm so sorry. I hope nobody cut a 1/2 because now you have to cut that 1/2. I mean, I don't think you'll have a little space. Oops. If you want to try and, okay, if you cut it in 1/2, here's your trick. Put repositionable right here on your mat. And if you put that straight in the middle on here and line it up here at this edge, see this edge of your point right here is a 1/4 inch. Okay. So if you line that up with your repo, it won't move on you. And then you'll get your 1/4 inch. Okay. So here's our 1/4 inch twice. Okay. Line that up nice because it does make a difference if it doesn't come out evenly. Oops, let me get through on the bottom there. I don't want to mess that up. I'm going to cut this with my scissors because I didn't get all the way through there.
If we're doing it twice.
Twice, yep. 2 1/4 inch.
That actually worked better than I thought. Sorry.
So I actually, FYI, this is a tip. This is a learning moment. You know, we have to switch these fairly often, the cutting strip. So what I do is I have one that I keep for my sticky one. So when I put repo on here, I don't take it off. I just leave it underneath. And there's a sticky one underneath there. So anytime I need the stickiness, it's already there. And it's my extra mat. So if you get to where you need a new mat, cutting strip, I guess they call it, go ahead and hang on to your old one and just put it underneath. And then when you need it, you can pull it out and you don't have to get your good one
scuzzy.
Googie. All right. So now we're going to cut, I'm just going to flip it. We're going to cut at the 4-inch mark. Okay. And this is where we're going to be here. And we're cutting 2 4x6 mats. So we're going to cut at 4x6. And then we're going to turn it, rotate, and we're going to, did I say cut at 6? It was cut at 4.
I cut at 4.
Okay, good. So we're cutting at 4, we're turning, and now we're getting 2. So we cut at 4, 4 in that direction, and then turn it and cut at 4 again. So it ends up being, sorry, at 6. The second one is 6. Ay. There we go. So we have 2 4x6 mats. Yes. Okay. Now we're getting to the next punch. All right, so basically if you have that little bird, hummingbird, you're gonna do a similar thing here. Actually, this is cardstock. You don't have to turn it because you're gonna cut it and flip it over. All right, good point. If you just go across, it's cardstock. You're just gonna flip it over. It's one color on the same side. If you're using something other than cardstock, you would have to do the way they do it. Punch that way and then that way. But we're using cardstock. So even if you have, so Pat did it already with the bird, right? So Pat, on this one, you could just cut it regular, right? Pat wants to pipe in.
I'm sorry, how many do we cut of the cardstock? Is it just one?
Right now, we're just cutting the one strip.
Okay.
Okay, so cut one border with whatever punch you're using. And it's cardstock, so if you're using cardstock, you can just even punch your hummingbird, right? Because you can flip that over. It's the same on both sides. See what I mean about these instructions? I feel like they made a little extra work for us.
Oh, they definitely did.
All right. So this one is, it's definitely different. I feel like if I had that punch, I would be appreciating all this extra. All right, so now we have, let me measure this. Is this 6 inches? Yeah, we have, we have 6 inches left here. All right, so this is where I did it differently because I'm like, why? I already have why wouldn't I just cut the 4-inch off and then I have that to work with? So this is 6 inches. So I turned my piece of paper and cut it at 4 to get the cut that they're doing here. Because to me, it's easier. It's already 6 inches, just cut it. You got another photo mat. And now we're gonna work with this piece with our circle. All right, so I'm just going to go over that again. We have our quarter inch, 4x6, 4x6. We punched a border. Now we have a 4x6, and now we're going to use our smallest circle with the blue blade on this piece. And I would try to get it to one side so you have all of this to cut any more birds, if you want any more birds or leaves or anything. All right, so this is the big blade, so you're going to need a little more room. So just kind of make sure you're on the paper all the way around before you cut. So I like to get in there and move that over just a little so I don't have to worry. All right, so go ahead and cut. And this is a 4.5-inch circle that we're cutting. So when we get our photo that we're going to put in there, and I always like to make sure I actually didn't get it all the way. I like to, before I move this, I always make sure this is disconnected. So I know I've got a good clean cut there.
Can you verify? That's not the 4.5-inch circle. It was supposed to be, but it's not.
No, what it's not supposed to be is when we go to cut our photo, with the circle, so towards the end of the directions, it says cut on the inside edge of the circle, but we're actually going to be using our red blade when you cut your photo.
Oh, but it's not the 4.5-inch.
That direction is correct. I see what you're saying. No, this is the smallest circle.
Oh, because it tells you to use the 4.5-inch, right? I don't know. I cut
it's
it too
the
big.
Smallest one.
Oh,
let me just double check. Let me read it.
No, I probably did it wrong.
You say circle. Custom cutting to finish line. Yeah, nope, it's the smallest circle that we're using.
Okay. I probably did the picture part. Okay, smallest circle.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
and so when you're cutting a mat for your 4-inch, you want a bigger circle. So when you cut your now when we're going to cut our photo, you're going to use the same circle with a red blade, and that will fit perfectly in there. So if you ended up cutting that smaller,
I think she cut it too big.
Oh, did you cut it too big?
Yeah. I think
That's not a problem at all. Just set your
I
thing
thought
down.
this said use the 4.5 inch, and I measured it, and this is the 4.5 inch, which is where I did it wrong.
Okay. So how big is your circle? Can you measure your circle across?
Oh, it's a big one.
It
is.
Okay. Yeah.
It's 5 1/4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to cut it now.
I mean, it's up to you, but you can take.
Well, no, it covers up my whole.
Yeah, it's going to cover your layout. You can. So listen, when I was doing that, I really like the look of this, but let me show you on the sample. There's a lot of room down there.
Well,
so if you wanted to put it down there more, you could.
I think I will. I think I'll just use it because I think it'll work because I use different paper. So I think it'll be okay.
Okay. And the only thing is, if you go to put a picture in there, the picture is going to be tiny because the biggest you can get a photo, unless you print a 5x7, you're only going to, your biggest part of your photo is it's going to be very small.
Okay.
Unless you get a really big, nice picture done and you want a nice big something. But there's definitely room for it if you want to do that.
Cheryl, do you have the guides, the plastic guides that shows you the size of the circles?
Yeah.
Because that would show you, Laura, where they got the 4.5 inch circle measurement from.
Yeah. So this is the smallest circle, and the outside blue is the 4. I probably can't even see that. Can you see it?
Can you hold it up higher? There you go. You can see it now.
I didn't even pay attention. You're right. It is 4.5.
No worries. But if you take a photo, like you can see how the biggest that you can get on a 4x6 photo is a 4-inch circle.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
But clearly, if you have some big thing, picture that you want to use,
go for it.
Go for it. Okay. Good idea, Colleen. So anyway, so now we have our 4.5 inch circle. So the last thing we have to do is they cut a bunch more birds here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 more punches across here. And it's going to get cut apart. So it's really a bird and a flower on each punch, and they end up cutting it apart. So I'm not going to do anything right now. I'm going to wait and see what I end up with, because right now I have some purple leaves and I have some green leaves. I may punch some of my mandeville. What is this called? Mandeville? No. Yes, mandevilla.
Yes.
And so I may use this, but I'm like, well, it's going to be the same on both sides. So I may pick another color. So we'll come back to that. So we're actually ready to assemble at this point. So get our base papers down. Get myself out here. All right, so what you want to start with is the designer paper number 1. And I'll just quickly show you how to lay it down. The small piece is going to end up out here, but we do that later. But this one is the one you want to start with, the smaller of the two. And if you have a pattern that you want to line up here in the middle, so your smaller piece is on your left side and the bigger one is on your right. So you want to make sure your papers are lined up there. All right, so we're going to adhere this 1 inch down. Okay, so on this edge of this paper and 1 inch down, and then from there we can build off of it, and you'll see how it kind of creates an illusion of this whole piece of paper going across. So we just start at the 1 inch, line it up on the edge, Nice and neat. And that is that. So I'm going to sneak in and grab this one to line up because then I don't have to measure. It just goes right to this edge. Okay. Move my paper over because my lighting isn't great in here either. My new studio. Got everything set up, but I think I need more lighting, especially at night. During the day, I'm in a solarium and I can see crazy good, but at night, not so much. All right, so basically we're just lining this up with the edge of this piece that we already set down. Okay, and then this little guy, oh, our strips, almost forgot. The little 1/2-inch strips, this or 1/4-inch strips, this is where these come in. All right. And I use repo and the little repo mat for that because this is a small piece. So that actually finishes off this edge here. So we're going to line that guy up there. I think my special paper that I had works really well because it blends nicely with that. All right, and so then when we get to this piece, we're gonna put that 1 inch down. So I'm gonna go back on my 3-inch mat. 3-inch mat, 13-inch mat to be sure. So I'm right on the edge over here where I can see I'm at the 11 on the top there. So I have a little inch. And then we are right next to the edge. And so when you look at this, it gives you the illusion that this piece of paper is underneath of here. So I do like that quite a bit. So when I'm lining these up, it's going to be the 1 inch down, but I always tend to line it up where my paper is rather than my inch measurement in case I may have been off a smidge or something, because this is what you're going to see. Nobody's going to come out with a ruler and say, oh, that's not the right spot. So what I do is line it up with the one that I already have sticking down. Okay, so it's going to, see, that's why I say it gives you the illusion that this is just going all the way across. Okay. And then again, this, oh, I forgot to tell you guys this. We're cutting off 2 inches of this little strip because that's going to go here. Forgot to do that in when we had our cutter out. So sorry about that. You can do it with your scissors if you want, but I'm just going to cut off 2 inches on there. Forgot about that one. You can either grab your scissors or pull your trimmer back out. Trim that off. And so we're going to put that one on that edge. Right, let's offload that repo. I really love using repo, but what I don't like about it is that like if a little blob of it gets on your photo, it messes up your photos. So I really, when I'm done using it, I really do try to make sure it's all done. It doesn't stick on there. It's awesome. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and lay out our photo mats. And I will pull this back out to just double check the placement. Oh, actually, also, if you choose to do this, they put some stickers on underneath of here. So don't like stick them all the way down really hard. Just kind of put them down and then maybe just put a little repo in the middle because we're going to lift this up and maybe you don't have to run your sticker all the way across because most of it's hidden, but there's like a little teeny bit here, a little teeny there, a little teeny there. Let me show you on my sample. You probably didn't even see it on my sample because I ended up using this little tiny piece of bamboo, but it actually gave it a really nice little finished edge. But see, like it's underneath of there, but you didn't have to put it under there. But this one you see, and this one you see, and then I cut a light tiny little piece over here, tiny little piece here. You don't see it under here, so I just put a little tiny piece there as well. So if you're using the flowers or these beautiful palms and flowers here, you don't necessarily need to waste it behind these photos. You can just cut a little piece off, little piece, and patch it together. So I'm going to recommend that you just place your photo mats down, but just don't stick them all the way, just a little bit. And then you can lift them and then add more later. All right, so the placement of these, this was pretty close to the top. It looks like about an inch over. Let me line this up. I would say not quite an inch. That's why I also like repo on the back of those. So this is the one that is the designer paper. And that's another thing I did like about this layout was that the designer papers stay in the, they're all in the same direction, so that if there was some kind of a directional thing on it, it's not going to be bothered by that. So this one goes in this area, this one down here. Then we're going to take the purple one, go here. That's going to end up there. And here and here. And so you don't have the directions in front of you and you want to see the placement of these. Get it lined up. So this is just up in the corner, just a little bit over here. And you're obviously going to want to line it up with that one. All right, so you're going to line up the top of this one with the top of this one. Okay, and then down here, you're going to try and line this one up with this one. Okay, and you do want to, we're going to have some stickers. I'll move that up. We'll put some stickers here, and we'll do some decorating down here. Now, at this point, we would be putting on the birds and our leaves. So depending on what you ended up with, what did people use? Let's find that out. What did people use? Like what collections are people using? Because that would determine what punch you're using, obviously, potentially.
I used a lot of the Totally Tonals, plus one of the gradient thingies.
Ooh.
I guess is what it's called.
Okay, that's going to be pretty. Oh my!
It's different.
Sorry, my camera is like falling down. Oh my goodness.
I used the woodblock prints.
Ooh,
as an advisor exclusive, and then I used like a diamond. I don't know what this be. I used a BMC.
I did too.
More photos. I have more photos than the sample, so I needed something smaller.
Gotcha. Yeah. So it is kind of interesting how they, they have the little birds going inwards. So, if you're using birds and you want to, follow along the way they did it here, that's what they did. I'm going to end up, so this is where you decide where you want to cut it and put the different sizes. So I can cut this and put the other part over here. And I'm pretty happy with the contrast here that I'm seeing. And I just need to sneak this under the photo, but I do want to make sure over here, it's going to go under this one as well. So I don't think it's as vital as where, they made us cut it in a certain spot or whatever. I don't think it matters that much. So I'm just cutting that now. They had us cutting those earlier. I like this side too, but it's a little busy with the pattern. So put this guy. Oh, I want to say it's at about 2 inches if you care to be following the pattern. It's around 2 inches, and you want to sneak it under that photo. I don't think you necessarily want to have anything sticking out from under the photo. So that works there. And then this side, basically going to be lining it up with this one. So that's going to be, again, I'm looking it up more there because we're going by our photos, not necessarily the measurements. And again, just put a little repo down. And if you want to, put the sticker here, you can just use a little piece of the sticker there and there. And this placement, you line this up here. And you do want a little bit of this showing, I think. It's so pretty. You want to see that paper a little bit. So put that on. And it pretty much has a little bit of border there. And then you see that other strip coming down. I love this paper. So pretty. Can you guys see those?
Yeah, that's pretty.
So pretty. Of course, I'm going to cover it with a photo. Okay, so this one comes down a little bit because you're going to be seeing a little bit of this. And I would say an inch or so over. About an inch from the edge, I'm going to guess. Okay, now the way they did this one here is they have it overlapping. So that's why I said the color underneath is kind of interesting because it kind of gives it a pattern like it's, once your photos are on there, it's really kind of cool. But you have to have a photo that most of your photos over here, and this one, most of it's over here. So, you could kind of smidge it over a little. It wouldn't matter as much. So like that. And then the other thing is you could just go like that, but you're not going to see it much on there. So anyway, I do like the overlapping. And then, of course, we're going to be sneaking this under here, or however you want that. And then I'm probably going to find some other paper to cut some of the flowers because I don't think you're going to see them in here. So anyway, I may do that. All right. Does anybody have any questions or comments or thoughts that they want to add?
Looks good.
All right, we're gonna hop off camera and we're gonna, if you have photos or whatever, we'll finish this up and embellishing. Hi, everyone. We're finishing up here. Sadly, I don't have pictures yet, but I will this weekend. So next week we'll be having some pictures getting on here. But anyway, little embellishment cluster here. Little stickers top and bottom, little clustering over there, total bliss, yes. And then I just added a few more embellishments on this one. There's some really beautiful stickers in this collection, and there's also some great embellishments. So who else wants to share?
I can share mine. I've got mine done without journaling, but I can do that.
All right. And Ola is digital.
Digital, yes.
They had no help from Kari this time, and they were still able to do it. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful.
That's pretty.
Oh, nice. Very nice, Ola.
I like the texture on the background paper.
Thank you.
That's pretty.
It was a little bit of an opportunity this time to figure something out. So
Yeah.
Good
still
job.
not journaling.
Awesome.
Journaling, I'm gonna do.
Fantastic.
Ola.
Thank you.
All right. Who else would like to share?
I can share.
Happy to share.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Who's next? Karen's
Nope.
next.
Yeah,
Oop.
okay.
Whoever's talking.
Go ahead,
It doesn't
Karen.
matter.
I think
All right.
whoever talks, their voice.
Karen,
pops
it's you.
up.
Oh, it's me?
Karen.
Okay. So there's the first page.
Oh,
good.
Nice.
pretty.
And then here's the second.
Oh, very nice.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
wow. I love
colors.
that
Wow.
seashell cluster.
Mhm.
Very pretty. Is that, what punch did you use? Is that the net?
In net.
Okay.
Yeah, the net
awesome.
punch.
That came out great. All right. Was Macinda next?
Yep. And then Terry.
And then Terry. Okay.
All
Hey,
right.
Lucinda. Oh,
Oh,
really?
my
Gorgeous.
goodness.
That. That's gorgeous.
Pretty.
Wow.
I cut the papers like Ola did. I used the same that you're
Yep.
supposed to use
Awesome job.
Great.
and made my own little things down at the bottom
Yeah,
here.
that's cool.
Nice.
That was hard.
Yeah, really cute though.
Thank you.
Oh, great.
Yay.
Harry, are you
Picture.
digital?
Terry? Oh,
I am digital. Yeah, I was
Okay.
only here for 10 minutes, so I can show you my paper choices mostly.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
But you came back, so that's good.
Oh, Kari's back. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I
Oh,
like
those
that.
are rich.
that
Very
would be
dark.
pretty.
It's going, and
Nice.
I'm really appreciating Kari tonight.
Yes, do.
Oh, good job.
Do share a photo when you get it finished. That looks beautiful.
Thank you. I will.
I can share mine.
Please.
Let's see, Lynn.
I wanted to use some real bright colors, and then I
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
wow.
that's great. Lynn.
Gorgeous.
That's
You
really
always
pretty.
pull off those crazy papers. It
Just
amazes me.
gorgeous.
yeah, and this I actually cut out of the paper.
Oh, cool.
Oh my
That
God.
is neat.
Good job.
What art kit is that background paper from?
This is called Musculaire Bundle
Okay.
1, and
Excuse me.
then the solids are from Watercolor Blends brand.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
How'd you cut that out? You have to tell me later.
I actually used the eraser. I had a rectangular
Oh.
area. Well, I'll show you when the
Oh,
thing is
wow.
done.
Oh, wow. All right.
You rock, Lynn.
Wow.
Super good.
Okay.
Yeah, she does, doesn't she?
Mhm.
I can show mine.
Let's do.
Let's
Oh,
see.
no.
Here we are.
Oh, pretty.
Oh, that's pretty.
Beautiful.
That's
Oh,
really
wow.
nice. That's really
Gorgeous.
nice.
Woodblock Prints, which was an advisor exclusive,
Is
and
that black background?
it's navy blue.
Nice.
Navy. Okay,
And I
nice.
have a peekaboo pocket that I'm using as a to hold.
Memorabilia. Yeah,
Oh, that's a good idea.
Will be my journaling.
that's great.
Oh, I
Okay.
like
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
Beautiful.
Really pretty.
It's
I've always wondered what to do with all my memorabilia. Now I know.
right. Well,
That's
this is
really
this
pretty.
is about a slave. This is about a slave showroom. So it's kind of
Okay.
serious, and then a plantation home. So I was trying to like, okay, what am I going to do?
Mm,
Hmm.
So
wow.
Great.
it blends them together.
I like that.
Beautiful.
Great, thanks.
Oh,
And then back to anybody else?
wait, Pat?
I am not even anywhere near with my little interruption. I have
Oh, you had to go dig somebody out of the snow. Yeah, I think you guys missed it.
Deanna,
So
you
our-
want to show yours?
I actually probably shouldn't. I
Okay,
have
no worries.
photos on here of children that aren't my own.
That's fine. We're just asking.
And so, yeah, I
You're okay.
probably should not do that.
Okay.
Thanks, though.
If you're able to take cover their faces and take a picture and add it to our thing, that would be great.
Oh,
my
look at
goodness.
Kari.
Oh,
that's
puppies!
Oh,
cute.
Love your paper choice.
that's
Thank
real
Thank
cute.
you.
So
Yes.
cute.
Yeah, I went a
Wow.
little rogue with some shapes for
I
the
like it though.
puppies over here, trying
Yeah,
Oh,
to
yeah.
fit
great.
something in.
That
Gorgeous.
worked perfect.
Very
Nice.
nice. Wow.
That looks
Nice
good.
job.
Awesome. All right. What
So you're
is-
coherent enough to create. Yay.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Isn't it fun to
She's
see
amazing.
somebody
I'm
else's-
telling you.
Isn't it fun to see somebody else's pages though?
Say again?
It's fun to see other people's
Oh,
pages.
Yeah.
See what they do,
Absolutely.
what they do with it, how they interpret it, and what
Exactly.
pictures they use. Yeah.
Yeah, so thanks so much for sharing, everyone. So if you get a chance, go ahead and post on our Consistently Creative Croppers page. And if you're joining us on the recording, the instructions are posted on the Croppers Facebook page. So Consistently Creative Croppers Facebook page. So awesome. So thanks for joining us. Next week is Kari's photo time. And there is a great sale going on right now with Creative Memories, and the Consistently Creative crew is doing our Super Bowl pool. So if you have not gotten squares yet, or if you'd like to get a few more, we'd love to get that second board filled. So thanks for joining us. And I guess the next time we'll see you will be after the Super Bowl. So hopefully we'll be able to have some news to share, some lucky winners. So thanks for joining us. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Welcome.